Welcome to Rapid Fire. Today's game is
Deathflood Dungeon of Doom was released on the C64 at the beginning of May of 2023 by Windigo Productions. It's an action platformer set in a fantasy world where you as an avid adventurer hear about an abandoned castle that was once the home of a long-dead necromancer. This castle is supposedly filled to the brim with treasure for the taking. You make your way to the bottom and start plundering, but inadvertently set off a series of traps, and this is where the game starts, with your goal to make it up and back out the castle as it self-destructs, unleashing all its traps and monsters. As you're escaping, you also have to loot as much treasure as possible, which will determine one of the many multiple endings you'll receive. Deathflood is a welcome breath of fresh air on the C64, with a simple twist on regular gameplay. You have something very fun, challenging, and unique. The game lets you choose between two different characters, a barbarian and an Amazon, each giving you a slightly different gameplay experience, with the barbarian being slow, stronger, and having smaller jumps, and the Amazon having speed, weaker attacks, but longer jump distances. The choice is yours. Each of the 19 levels starts you off at the bottom of the screen as you try to scramble your way up to the top and reach an exit. The castle is flooding, so water is filling up, making you have to think fast, with most levels having multiple paths to take to reach the exit. You need to pick up keys to open doors, treasure to fill out your overall status, and fight many creatures you come across, or simply avoid them. If you get swallowed by the water, it's not instant death as well, as you have air in the form of a lung meter at the top of the screen, where you got time to grab a key or treasure underwater before popping back up, as long as air permits. Going over that means your health will start to drain, and inevitably it'll be your end. You have to think on your feet quickly, jumping over traps, deciding what treasures to take, and which creatures to attack or avoid. The castle has 3 distinct looks as you make your way up, coupled with many new monsters introduced along the way for a lot of variety. Considering this is Windigo Productions' first C64 game, it is quite impressive, with lush, well-defined graphics that get better the further you get, great sound effects, and some extremely good SID tunes that really fit the mood of the game overall. It's pretty easy to play with mid-range difficulty. The more you play it, the better it gets in my opinion. The best part is the game is free for the digital download, with a gorgeous physical version being available from Polyplay, and the link to the digital version will be in the video description. It's both NTSC and PAL compatible, although it was designed for PAL systems, so if you're playing it through emulation, it's suggested you use PAL settings. It also features use for Protovision's Protopad to give it a bit more of a console type experience. Windigo said that this game was inspired by old C64 classics such as Barbarian and Hero Quest, and those elements kick-started the idea as the game went into full production in 2020. They also have their second game in production right now called Devolution, which is a real-time strategy game, so hopefully we'll be seeing that also in the not-too-distant future. Deathflood is a great experience, offering new elements to a basic genre, and is well worth the time spent with it.